Okay. Hi, this is our family progress app. Hold on. I'm going to show you the family progress app. This app was created to help moms or parents manage everything that they need to manage in the home and with the family to keep their life moving forward and going smoothly, clear, calm, and connected, and to help to track and track and manage your family's progress. Right here you'll have the parent mode and the children's mode. And the parent mode is anywhere for mom or dad, a parent, to manage themselves. You've got all your shortcuts, just a quick overview of what's on here. As this is the dashboard. This is routine tracking for the parent. You've got morning, afternoon, evening. Everything in here is very customizable. Edit, delete, add. You can see the progress that is made weekly, monthly. You've got affirmations and gratitude. Taking a moment to reflect on gratitude can really transform your day in progressing. You've got notes, and you've got some habit tracking. So you can see that this is all very, very customizable. Like this. Track your goals, and you can edit goals. And here you'll just decide what kind of goal tracking that you would like to. It's just got these amazing features. The user decides their own categories. So there's a lot there. And then you've got the planner section. And a whole section is just kind of like a day planner. It's a digital day planner, which is super nice, super functional, especially if you're a mother that is trying to manage all the different aspects of the family and the home. You've got your calendar here. You can see you can manage the different categories. One thing that is really neat about this is that if you add a category, you can assign it to a child, and then it shows up as that child's specific calendar. So if I add an event to the child, you'll see here, then it'll have their image. So you've got a nice week view here. You've got a nice month view. And this part is amazing. You've got the meals and groceries. So every buddy loves to plan their weekly menu. And if you add something here, then you can have it repeating. You can plan a repeating monthly menu, weekly menu, and you can select from a recipe that you've got listed in here, right here in the app. Then you can add in recipes where you'll add ingredients, instructions. You can put a link, to recipes.com, just whatever you would like. If you have recipes in here and they are added to the menu here, those ingredients that you listed out, if you scroll to the bottom, you can generate a grocery list from the menu, which is an absolutely amazing feature. And right here, you'll see the grocery list. And this app can be used across multiple devices. So you can use it on a tablet, on like a large wall tablet, calendar on your mobile device. So you can add in your groceries and then take it with you to the grocery store. You've got your to-do list. This is kind of a general to-do list. It's just a simple task list. Create a task, set a due date, set a priority, and check it off when it's done. So that's amazing. And then you've got a project list. These are just a little bit more like planning. So you can see here you've got like Christmas. Let's say you want to plan these holidays, or Thanksgiving, you know, we're going to plan the food. And these lists can have categories and then list items, just simply to be a little more organized, you know, with everything that a parent has going on. And so we've added in this gift section as well, because everybody who's got children or family members, they're always trying to plan gifts. So if you go over here to occasion, you can see that you can plan different gifts here. I'm going to go ahead and log out into another account that I've got here to show you these gifts. You can see where you can plan these different gifts, whether it was purchased. That's B stands for bought, W stands for wrapped right here. You can see, you know, dad, mom, the children listed out here. You can list a budget. You can list a budget here for each item. And you go into Christmas here and you've got like Christmas Eve gifts, stocking stuffers. You can add a gift here. Let's say we're going to do a gift for mom. Create a new gift. You can select like a main Christmas gift, whether it's planned, purchased, given, needed purchased. You can put a purchase link, like if it's from Amazon.com or Walmart. So those are, it's just a great gift planning. You've got birthdays, baby shower, graduation, wedding, anniversary, anything that you might want to plan, 2 birthday plans. So this is just super organized, where you can just kind of see all your gifts that you want to plan. And then there's a nice reporting page. You can see your monthly budget over the next 12 months of what you plan to spend on gifts. You can see kind of a total amount here of how many gifts you have planned, what you need purchased, and then a list of everything. And then we have our books. A lot of books nowadays are going digital, like on, you know, the Kindle or on Audible. And a lot of people just listen to digital books nowadays. And so we made a book nook, like a digital book library, because a lot of people just love to track their books. That's always a lot of fun. We've got the financial section. And this is just simple expense tracking. So you log an expense. It goes into a budgeted category or into like a savings goals. And so it's not meant to like replace, you know, more advanced budget apps, but this is expense tracking. And so that's kind of like these 2 sections are, every time there's a child's birthday, you're going to get this fun little notification, and that does like this confetti, yay, it's happy birthday. And so that's section for mom. So then you have your children. You go on here, and I'm going to log back out. So Nathan will have to edit the parts where I log back and forth, but whatever. Okay, and right here you have the family section. So you'll add children here. You can add these fun little personalities, like she's got a rainbow theme. Let's say she's going to have hearts there. Save. He's got animals. That's a lot of fun. So you'll have your children added there, and when you come in here, then you can see this weekly summary. You can see their personal info. You can even add things like, what is this child's love language? Who are their friends? What's their shoe size? And that kind of all syncs with the gift planning. Are they attending school? If they are, keep track of their school that they're in, their teacher's name, their grade. All this fun stuff that you can track in here for them. And then down here you can see what habits they're working on, what character traits they're developing, and like rewards. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. You've got chores and rewards. And here you list out This is kind of where the parent would organize the family chores or the household chores. You can see chores by member here, and you can see a weekly schedule. Because these chores, you're able to rotate. So if you add in a chore here, then you can select, we're going to assign, let's say it's clean your bedroom. There's a ton of fun images in here that are preset. You can add this chore to all children, so like they all need to make their bed every day, right? Or you can choose to rotate after, let's say every day would be one occurrence. Weekly, rotate the chores after 7 occurrences to rotate them weekly, for example. So that is amazing. And if you rotate these chores, you can also move like the order around if you're like, I need this kid to start. Okay, I guess that didn't work. Anyway, so the chore rotation is really neat. And then this is just lays out the rotation chore schedule. Just a clean, easy table for the mom to see how the chores are being laid out with their schedules. So each chore you can choose to require the parent to approve or sign it off before it rewards the child the points or the dollars or the dollar amount. And those will show up here. And then rewards will show up here, and I'll just go over all that a little bit later. Here's family routines. This is where you set your family routines. So for example, bedtime routine. This routine is assigned to be in the evening, and it's assigned to these children. And one unique, amazing thing about this app is that every single routine step, you can choose what children it's applied to and how often that step is. Like, let's say you want one child has to take medicine every night, or you want them to bath every other day. So that's amazing. And then over here you have the progress page. This is called the Family Progress app. So we have all this fun progress stuff where you can track your children's character traits. You can see that they've entered in something, like something they did that is going to earn that responsibility trait points, and you can review that. We've got 2 different kind of tracking modes. One that is tracking by XP points, kind of like experience points or experience level, and one that's tracking by kudos, which is really a kind of a 5-star rating, and what level that child is at on that character trait. And so that's a lot of fun. You can track the children's habits. If you have these habits that the kids are working on, you can track their goals. You can set simple goals, like sticker goals is what these are called. And then we have the more advanced called steps of progression. And this is just really a full on, like, we're going to track our progress and progress in this area. So like growing piano skills, what you have here is an overview. This is what I want to progress in. And then you can come in and set down specific goals that are SMART goals. And then you have these milestones that are like tracking the progress, clear checkpoints to track the progress that you can check off. And for each of those milestones, then you can set these actions. And these actions, you add read 10 minutes daily. And then you can choose to add it to the child's routine. Once you save that, I know this is, okay, so then you can add this to this routine. This is set to this child. And so you're going to see that you can add this to his routine. And the actions are just clear, actionable items that are going to help you meet those goals. And you can actually track and see this area that you want to progress in. So that's pretty advanced. That's pretty amazing. Custom data forms. These are user created forms that allows you or helps you to kind of track whatever it is you'd like to track in here. You know, some people want to track the kids' reports cards, and then you can track like we've got fundraisers. You track announcements. You can track anything you can really think of. There's all kinds of fields that you can, if you add a field here, you can see there's a text field, there's a date field, drop down field, number field. You can have like decimal, currency. There's even a rating field. If you see, you got like these traffic light ratings, number ratings, star ratings. So just really, really very customizable, where the user can track. And if you jump on over here to the summary page, then you can see these forms that are being tracked right here. So you can see this nice table here of the report card entries. And you can see this nice table here of, an average of these different things that they are tracking here, or a total cost, or a total item, whatever it is you're tracking, which is amazing. So we've got the Spiritual Hub next. The Spiritual Hub is where you can track your scripture reading. Okay, let me start over. Okay, so next we've got the Spiritual Hub, and this is really nice. It's got a suggested scripture reading that can obviously be toggled on or off. You've got a current focus reading, but this is going through the scriptures, the New King James Version of the entire scriptures here, where you can say, track your reading, and it will show you all your reading. You can have meeting schedules, if you've got church services, or if you've got a family home evening, if you've got, okay, Nathan, we're going to have to not show this page because it's got like Brother Tells History, whatever. So we might have to skip over this meeting tracking in here. Okay, the Spiritual Hub. Then you can see, let's say you want to track a Bible study meeting, a church service. You can even track like community service meetings or whatever you'd like to see here. But you can see that you can track, if you attended, missed, or if you were late. You can leave meeting notes. It's just very, very nicely laid out. And those all show up right over here. You can see a clear summary of the budget, the gifts, the meeting attendance. If you go into a child, you can see their overall progress on their tours, their routines, their goals, their habits. You can see kind of a bio of their personal information, what they're slacking on, what they're doing good on, with their chores and responsibilities. You can see their goals and milestones, their character traits. And this, when there's entries in here, becomes a grid. And then everything obviously can be exported as PDF or CSV, which is super nice, super convenient. There that you've got. Okay, so that sums up the parent mode. So if you come back over, and then this is the dashboard where these are shortcuts. You got shortcuts to your schedule, your task list, all these things we just went over. There's a nice little shortcut here right on your dashboard. And one very important thing we need to go over is the settings. This is super customizable, which is super nice. So you enter in your preferences. You can include mom in the family chores or the family routines, and you can have a parent passcode. So a lot of times you might not want the children to be able to access the parent mode. So you can just set a parent passcode and they can't access the parent mode without that. Customizable. So this is super fun. There's customizable colors. There's all kinds of colors in here. You know, let's say you want to have this nice pink background. You can choose this theme that has multiple colored tabs, you know, right here. This is really nice to have here, and then the tabs have the different colors. So that is super fun. Very, very customizable. Gonna have these nice bright colors. I think a lot of people are just gonna really love having those customizable colors. And you've got holiday backgrounds. So we've got some, you know, St. Patrick's, we've got Easter, some Valentine's, some winter. And then if you come over here to the domains, I'm going to skip that. If you come over here to the features and tabs, this is an absolutely really nice, amazing feature because a lot of people are going to want to have the things that they want to use. So right here, you have all these tabs and pages that it's showing where each user can toggle on and off. You know, if you're just like, I don't even want the spiritual tab or the summary tab. If there's something where you're just like, you know what, I'm never going to use the gift planner here. And you just don't want that to show up in your account where it just feels, you know, maybe it feels like it's just there and you're never going to use it. You can just toggle these things off. And it doesn't lose, if you have progress in there already, it doesn't lose any of that. And it just, you can see now here in the planner tab, the gifts, the books, and the finance tabs are hidden. And that's super nice because this app is very, very customizable for what works for you and what's going to work best for you. Okay. And so now you have over here, you have your family. So what this is you can have a family share code and you can have multiple parents or co-parents join this family account, which is absolutely amazing. Like, let's say mom creates an account and she creates all the children and all the chores. And she's got meal planning. She's got grocery list in there. Gift planning. And then she adds, dad creates an account and is added to her family. They each have their own me tab, which is their own like personal routine tracking, their own habit tracking. They have their own spiritual tracking, but all the co-parents can see all the children, all the chores, like the household stuff. And so that's absolutely amazing. And now we're going to move over to the children's mode. This is where the children access everything they need to access here. And this is completely optimized for like a shared family tablet for the kids to like check off their responsibilities. So if you click into here, what we've got here is a dashboard that has, you can see these widgets, which are completely customizable. You know, you can have the weather, a leaderboard, you can remove stuff. If you've got like a large, like 25-inch wall tablet, you can have it be different width. So that is super nice. And you come over here to tasks, and this is where the children will check off their responsibilities and tasks. So we're here in the evening, so you can see it's automatically pulling up the evening checklist, but you can really view any of them. We've got the morning checklist, the afternoon checklist, and the evening checklist, and the chores. So each one of these can be toggled on or off like this. And one important thing too is that you have a list view and you have an image view. And this is super nice, really nice for like a small child that can't read, like a toddler. And so you have these chores that have steps. So each chore can click in there, and you can have different steps for them. You can set different images, and that's really nice. And when you do, we've got these timers on here because children really are often motivated by timers, and so you know they start their timer, they check it off. Okay, hold on. That did not work. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Okay, so they have the routine here. They start their timer. They can check this off. They can check this off. Check this off. Check off. Check off. Check off, and they're all done. And you see their little progress pal pops up here. We got to show you the progress pal still. And so that's a lot of fun. And then it shows their best time. Now, one thing that's nice is I just barely did a best time that's 14 seconds. They're never going to beat that doing this routine, right? And so in case, a child accidentally sets that, then the mom can come in and reset the best time. Requires your passcode. So the kids can't just reset it. And then you've got it reset there. So that is really nice. So you've got, we're going to skip on over here to the character tab. So this is where the kids can go in and see what characters and character traits they're working on. Responsibility. If you click on this, they've got a high five. And there's thumbs up. There's a two hands up if they're doing the best. And you get a little high five. And they can each choose a progress pal. And so that's a lot of fun. They pop up after the chores are done, after the routines are done, and the kids absolutely love them. And then you've got the little toddler mode where it's optimized for images, where you've got, like, let's say you've got a potty trained child who can't read, but they know that this image of the toilet is their potty sticker chart. So you open up this, and it is just a super fun little sticker chart that they absolutely love. The mom or dad, the parent, goes in and sets, the target value for here, which is the 25. And they can completely customize that. So that is super fun. Have good table manners. Every time they do that, they get a sticker. So it's very, very fun for the children. And then here's the rewards. They can come in and see what rewards they've earned and a history of what chore or routine had earned that reward. And how many points they have or how many dollars they have. A lot of fun. You've got the shared family calendar. And this is super nice to see everything. So you have each child here you can toggle at the top. Each person, and it will show up their events. Now you can have, there's two different things going on here. There's events, calendar events, and then there's a schedule. And so if we go to this week view, you can see like this is the family schedule. It's just like a home household schedule, and you can toggle on and off the events and the schedule, or see both of them. And then if you come into this schedule view, it's just, this is in the household. This is what we're doing. We're eating breakfast at this time. We're doing errands at this time. We have homework at this time. Family dinner at this time. So all the children in the home can come and look at this schedule and know kind of what we're supposed to be doing at this time. This really helps keeps the home running really kind of smoothly. Now, some children, maybe they're older, maybe they have jobs, after school jobs, whatever it is, different school schedules. So you can set up a custom schedule for every child if you would like to. So that's really amazing. You can see this week view and what you've got going on here. And that is our family progress app. I don't think there's anything I missed.